Hello and welcome back to the Crypto Standard YouTube channel, where I'm changing it up a little bit, and instead of the Crypto Weekly Digest, I'm going to make this the Bitcoin Weekly. The reason I've done this is because we talk a lot about different cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin on our podcast, but I want this to be a place solely for Bitcoin because there is so much happening. So I want to do a weekly roundup of what is happening in Bitcoin. So please like and subscribe, and let's get into it. Okay, we're kicking off with this article. We're going to make this short and sweet because I want to try and meet these 10 minutes maximum. So, the Fed have now banned employees of the Federal Reserve investing in cryptocurrency when they're the ones making this problem by inflating the dollar. So they're now saying that the people who work for them cannot go on the lifeboat, which is cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. So it's like the Titanic saying to the crew, you can't board the lifeboats. That is exactly what they're saying. So this was one of the articles that came out. The next is there's a huge macroeconomic shift happening as people are now seeing that fiat is dying. So we are seeing the stock markets crash. This is a good tweet by Blockworks, and it just shows over the last 6 months what has happened in the stock markets. Some of these companies compared to Bitcoin. Bitcoin's down 8% compared to PayPal, down 60%. Facebook down 40%. Next up brings it back to the adoption. This is also a tweet from Blockworks, and in the last 3 weeks we have seen the FBI, Intel, PayPal, Google and MasterCard all create cryptocurrency or blockchain units. What does this say? This says a lot. I feel like I don't need to say much. You need to look at the adoption rather than the price, and this says huge amounts. And I feel like this week I cannot do this without talking about what is happening in Canada. So if you have not followed it, here is a rapid story summary. So Canada, or President Trudeau, wants to further lock down their citizens because of COVID, even when the whole world is slowly opening up. What sparked the outrage was the trucker mandate. So truckers drove to Ottawa to peacefully protest against this mandate. Then a GoFundMe page was set up for these truckers, which was then closed by government order. So then they moved to get donations in Bitcoin, as this cannot be frozen by authorities. Remember, this is all a peaceful protest, and it started against vaccines, but now it's evolved into freedom protests. Bringing us to now, the Canadian government is now weaponizing the banking system by freezing protesters' accounts, cutting them off financially. Watch this.
You're confirming that accounts have been frozen, both personal and corporate, but you're not releasing the information. And the actual follow-up is, I'm just wondering whether the bank accounts will be targeted of individuals who donated to the Give, Send, Go and the GoFundMe campaigns. Are they considered designated people under the Emergencies Act, meaning that their credit cards could be cut and financial services are targeting them as well?
Okay, so the names of both individuals and entities, as well as crypto wallets, have been shared by the RCMP with financial institutions, and accounts have been frozen, and more accounts will be frozen.
This is exactly why Bitcoin was created. It cannot be controlled by central authorities. These people were protesting for their freedom peacefully. It's not a matter of what the protest was about anymore. It's the response by governments with violence by police and weaponizing of the financial system. Watch this video.
Stop it! Stop it! What? Oh my God!
Now, this situation in Canada is being regarded as the greatest Bitcoin advert ever because the Canadian government are using their authority against their citizens and cut them off financially, where they can't do that with Bitcoin. And that's the beauty of it. Now, they are trying to freeze cryptocurrency wallets. This makes me laugh. Yes, they could freeze, or they could order exchanges to freeze cryptocurrency wallets because that's in the custody of exchanges. But this really made me laugh that they are sending emails to non-custodial wallet services or providers who don't have the keys to this, and this is the response that they're sending, or some of these companies are sending back. So this was sent to Nunchuck, which is a self-custodial, collaborative, multi-sig Bitcoin wallet, and they are just a software provider. They don't actually have the custody of this Bitcoin, where we are seeing the Ontario Superior Court of Justice emailing them to say seize this funds. They cannot do that. So they're saying our software is free to use. It allows people to eliminate single points of failure and store Bitcoin in the safest way possible while preserving privacy. We do not collect any user identification information beyond email addresses. We also do not hold any keys. Therefore, we cannot freeze our users' assets. We cannot prevent them from being moved. We do not have knowledge of the existence, nature, value, and location of our users' assets. This is by design. Please look up how self-custody and private keys work. When the Canadian dollar becomes worthless, we will be here to serve you too. This is an awesome reply to authorities trying to come in and say you have to seize these assets, where they can't do that because the users have their own keys. And that's why it's important to have your own keys of your crypto wallets, and this is the seed phrase to your Bitcoin. They're obviously trying to regulate something which they do not understand. And this makes me laugh, because they wouldn't be sending these emails if they understood exactly how it works. How can you regulate something you do not understand? You can't. Meanwhile, you've got Russia, Ukraine, El Salvador, many states in the USA all embracing it. For me, this isn't about COVID or vaccines. It's all about the power these governments have and the abilities they have to cut people off financially. The system is broken and needs to be fixed. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe for more Bitcoin Weekly. Thank you.